Usually I'm not a fan of brown, but on this 88 K2500 with 46,000 miles, the two-tone just works. In the comments, let us know what your favorite OBS combination is. Today we are in a 1988 K2500 with a documented 46,535 actual miles. So just that itself is really cool when it comes to an OBS truck. This one being a K2500 factory four-wheel drive and being a manual transmission truck, just a really unusual setup that you don't see very often. And this again has got to be one of the nicest OBS trucks of any vintage that we've ever had. Again, 46,000 miles is super low. This thing drives like a brand new pickup. Carfax is clean, Autocheck is clean, no accidents or damage ever reported in. It is an actual mile pickup. Bought it from a really meticulous older gentleman. Had the truck a really long time, and it's just been meticulously cared for. It's something that you could drive every single day if you wanted to. Motor is the original fuel injected 5.7, runs like a brand new engine. This one does again have the 4-speed manual transmission. It is low, 1, 2, and 3. So really that granny low, you're not really ever starting off at granny low, but it works exactly like it should. The clutch feels great. You have your four-wheel drive selector on the floor there, and the four-wheel drive works like it should as well. Power steering, obviously, power disc brakes. AC's nice and cold, heat blows hot. And we're cruising at 60 miles an hour without an issue at all. I would take this thing on a long road trip if you wanted to. Just a great, well-sorted, just a really nice and original OBS truck. On the interior, it's the factory two-tone, like tan and brown. Interior matches the exterior. The official name of the interior is Beige, and Beechwood is what it's coded as. Seat cover looks brand new. Floor mats, carpet, center console that goes around the shifter is in excellent condition. No issues with the top of the dash or the lower portion of the dash. Factory gauges are clear and easy to read. Factory stereo, factory heat and AC controls, all of which work properly. Glove box opens and closes like it should. Door panels look brand new. Same thing with the headliner and the visors. Seat belts are in great condition. Really, outside of just a couple little nicks in the door panels, the interior of this truck is extremely nice. Top of the steering wheel shows great. You have your factory options like power windows, power locks, tilt and cruise, all functioning properly. You do have an aftermarket trailer brake controller mounted to the bottom of the dash there. As far as the does it work section, like you'd expect for a low mileage, low number of owners truck, everything's working. Lights, gauges, horn, wipers, radio, heat, AC, parking brake, cruise control, the stereo itself, the blower motor, everything is working on this one. If I have to note anything based off of GPS, the speedometer's off by like 2 or 3 miles an hour depending on your speed. So that is a super nitpicky thing on this one. The does it work section and the additional Carfax Autocheck can all be found in the additional media tab on the website pcclassiccars.com. Click on the inventory, click on this truck, scroll to the very bottom of the page, and you'll see that additional media section. Smooth, easy shifts. Again, I start off in first, which is technically the second gear, because you're not really starting off in low unless you're pulling something or trying to get out from somewhere stuck. So I'm always starting in 1, 2, and then you have your shift into high gear, which on the shifter ball is 3, but it really is your 4th speed. On the underneath, nothing for me to complain about. Inner rockers, floors, frame, bottom side of the cab, inner fenders, bottom side of the bed, zero problems of any kind on the underneath. You have a little surface corrosion on the non-painted parts like you're going to get on any vehicle, but it really is a rust-free truck on the bottom. On the exterior, it is the original paint. It is a factory two-tone truck, light sandstone and brown metallic. You have some little touch-ups and little scuffs in the paint, but overall quality, original paint for a 46,000 mile truck, everything is in line and it shows really well. I would say the worst thing, the little Silverado emblem on the outside portions of the cab are a little bit faded on both sides. And then you have a few little nicks in the paint walking around the truck and little touch-ups, but it shows fantastic. Those flaws can be found in the additional media tab. Wheels and tires are all in great condition. You have a nice drop-in bed liner and a tonneau cover in the back. Probably been on there since close to when the truck was brand new. All looks fantastic. I love the two-tone on this truck, and usually I'm not a fan of brown, but this one, it just works on this K2500. If I was gonna do anything, I would maybe do like a little 2-inch level kit, or you could do a little lift on this with some white letter BFGs. It would just look absolutely killer if you did that. But right now, in the stock application, this truck is fantastic. Really good looking pickup. Doors open and close great. Hood and tailgate do the same. Suspension is all the factory equipment. Being that it's a 2500, a little bit more heavy duty, but it doesn't beat you to death. It is a great ride feel, comfortable out on the open road. These are really bumpy roads and it does not beat you to death at all. Steering is super tight and responsive. The brakes are the exact same way. Can't say enough. This truck is basically like buying a brand new 88 K2500. Has a few miles, 46,000, but I don't even think this truck's really broken in yet. It is that nice and that quality of a pickup. On the glass, you have a little bit of delamination happening on the outside portions of the windshield, and the rubber around the windshield has some little flaws in it. The side windows are great. Back glass is a solid back glass and clear, easy to see out of. Manual mirrors on both sides look great. Same thing with your rear view mirror, with one little hazy spot in the lower corner there, but real small stuff. Four-wheel drive is all factory with the new Process 241 transfer case. Stock, I think they're a 14-bolt rear end. Factory hubs up front as well. Lined it up through all the gears really well. Smooth, easy power. This does have an aftermarket Borla muffler on it with the dual tips. Doesn't sound a whole lot louder than a factory muffler set. Performs obviously a little bit better. You get a little bit more flow through that Borla muffler than you would the stock exhaust. If you like a little bit louder exhaust like me, you could go with some True Duals and some Flowmasters, but the Borla muffler that's on here is a really nice muffler, and the tailpipes look great with nice tips on the side over on the passenger behind the rear tire there, so it does look good. In the engine compartment, very stock. It is the original numbers matching fuel injected 5.7 that this truck was born with. Firewall is crispy clean, same thing with the inner fenders, the firewall, the core support, the radiator itself. Fluids, belts, hoses, and wiring, everything in that engine compartment as well as up underneath the dash, all shows like OE spec and very, very clean. There is nothing for me to complain about on this truck. If you were wanting an OBS pickup and you specifically want a four-wheel drive with a manual transmission, it really doesn't get any better than this. This is an awesome truck and one of the nicer OBS pickups that we have ever had. Just hard to find good quality, lower number of owners. Just a nice truck like this in any year. This is a great, great pickup. I say it in a lot of the videos, but I only buy stuff that I would keep myself, and this is one of those ones that I would keep myself. If I was needing a truck and wanted a manual transmission to drive regularly, this is a great example. One thing I did forget to mention, on the windshield, it's very faint, but on the passenger side, there is a little wiper mark that you can see, but that'd be the only other little nitpick on the glass. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1988 Chevrolet K2500 factory four-wheel drive, original fuel injected 350, 457, whatever you want to call it, 4-speed manual transmission and 46,000 miles with cold AC. From myself and everybody here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drives. Make sure you check out that additional media section on the website, PCClassicCars.com. Check out the content we're posting across the social platforms every single day. Catch you guys on the next video.